Welcome to LAFCU's 2 Cents, the podcast where we dive deep into essential topics from finance related to ways we can improve our communities. Get ready to empower yourself with knowledge and take control of your financial future. LAFCU, your credit union for life. Hi, and welcome to this episode of LAFCU's 2 Cents podcast. I am your host, Shelia, and joining me today is Brook Jones and Justin Quainton. They're both commercial lending officers here at LAFCU. Welcome, and thanks so much for sitting down chatting with me today.
Thank you so much.
All right, so before we dive into the topic of It's Your Business, just tell me a little bit about yourselves. Like, what is it that you do, how long you've been here, and anything you would like to share.
Yeah, so I'm Brook Jones. I've been with LAFCU for just under 2 years. I've had about 10 years, or almost 12 years now, of banking experience. I come from the sales world, originally an Ohioan. Love sports, love music, and love helping the community out.
Good.
My name is Justin Quainton. I am also a commercial lender here at LAFCU. I've been here just over a year now. I've been in the financial industry for about 14 years, worked at a couple of large banks, and very excited to work at a community-based organization where I can focus on the community. Brooke and I have known each other for probably 3 or 4 years now. We worked at a previous job together, so when the spot opened up, Brooke called me, and here I am.
Great. Okay, for those that don't know, what is commercial lending?
So commercial lending would be providing loans, providing funds to businesses. And that's not saying commercial lending has a certain size. It could be a small business, could be a large business. And those funds could be used for anything from purchasing equipment, purchasing property, funding payroll. There's a lot of different uses for commercial lending.
Okay. All right. So once again, I think you kind of touched on it a little bit, but what type of loans really fall under the commercial lending umbrella?
So LAFCU is really big in community development and in helping the underserved. And one of those products that we offer that do all of those things is our SBA 7A loan. And that is a loan that is guaranteed partially by the government that allows us to take on a little bit more risk than we would be have the appetite for usually. So that allows us to go in and look at startup businesses like the Back Nine, which I started, as well as businesses that maybe are having some cash flow restraints, and come in and help them restructure that debt or increase their ability to create cash flow just by maybe purchasing a building instead of paying rent. So it's a multifaceted loan that can be used for different functions. There are a few requirements to meet, like you have to be an operational business. It can't be an investment, as well as you can't take any cash and put it in your pocket from the loan. But other than that, it's pretty free use on what you want to do with it. So it's a really unique and awesome product that we offer. We also do real estate, and that's more on the conventional side. And as Justin said, we do a lot of C&I, where maybe you're trying to fund payroll or you need some working capital to develop an app, who knows. But as long as you have 2 years in business and you have some type of hard collateral, something of value that basically the bank could take in and sell and recoup their losses with, as long as those two things are in play, we can look at conventional lending. But a lot of times we try to focus on SBA just because it has a lot more options available for you.
Okay, because you keep saying SBA. What is that?
Small Business Administration.
Okay, so these are businesses that's already in existence, so these are not like brand new businesses that you're dealing with, or can they be brand new?
So for SBA lending, they can be a brand new business. I think that's one of the misconceptions, is that SBA is only for new businesses, but it's really for a new business or business that is existing. There is a little more legwork if it's a new business starting up, but it's a great way for businesses that are just starting, or maybe they're under collateralized, to get that funding. We have a lot of partners that we work with to help people get the documents in place that we need for SBA lending.
Yeah. Shout out to the SBDC and LEAP.
And what is LEAP?
LEAP is the Lansing Economic Area Partnership. They help a lot of small business owners in the Lansing area.
Oh, okay. And we partner with them?
Yes, we partner with them. They do a lot for the community. Yeah, I've been working with them for a few years now.
Yeah, they have a lot of different incubators and programs to help small businesses in different functions of that. And they also partner with the Small Business Development Corporation, SBDC, where that's where they really get the meat and potatoes of, all right, well, we want to do a loan. Well, we need a business plan. Well, we need projections.
Okay.
We need to make sure they're aligned with what we're looking for. And the SBDC will step in for free and help businesses create those, because those are requirements. Again, those are those additional things that Justin was speaking on that we'll need for the loan.
Okay. So what does a loan look like, start to finish? Like, who mainly will contact you, or how is it done? What is the process?
Yeah, normally maybe they'll come through one of our retail channels or through our partners in the community, or maybe they'll just find us on the website. They'll reach out and ask some questions, and usually we'll do what we call like a discovery meeting to see first of all, what are they looking for? Does it meet the criteria, and are they eligible? Because a lot of times there's certain things that eligibility, like credit score, can always be a thing that we want to talk about initially. It's not something that's the loan's built upon, but it is kind of like a gateway, a barrier to make sure that we're hitting a threshold that we can continue that conversation. Once we do that, Justin and I partner with Commercial Alliance, who is our CUSO that we own. PJ over there has been doing SBA forever, and we partner with him to set up weekly calls so we can kind of track progress and get updates as needed to continue pushing this through underwriting and then again to closing and funding.
So who closed the loans?
Well, Justin and I do. We partner with a title company. If there's real estate, if there's not, Justin and I will just be the one closing the loan. Commercial Alliance will help create the documents, go through them beforehand with the borrower, and then Justin or I, and then usually a notary will do the closing.
Oh, okay. Now, and where are the closings held? Are they always at the title company, or say if they wanted to come here to do the closing, is that possible?
Yeah, we've held them at both places. We can hold them here at Maine. We can go to a LAFCU branch. We can go to a title company. Just depends on the type of loan that it is.
I met at a coffee shop in Ann Arbor the day after Christmas to do a closing for.
Oh, that's really meeting them where they are.
Yeah, LAFCU moved into the nuclear industry, so we did uranium salts, a company that develops and creates that for reactors. So
yeah. So, what advice would you give to someone that was thinking about doing a commercial loan, or how would you guide them or lead them?
Our first step is come in the door, start asking questions, get in front of somebody that can get you in front of us, or come to us and let us help you determine where you're at and what steps need to be taken. There's a lot of people that come to us and say, I got everything, I'm ready to go finally, and they could have maybe came to us a year ago, and we could help them with those things because they don't understand the lending piece and what happens on the back end and what requirements are there. That's our job to help walk them through that. So when you come with us, we kind of walk down that path together and help you understand the guidelines and how they work and how that fits within your business plan. Because you could come to us with a great plan and think you're ready to go, and you come to them like, well, now we need this, this, and this. This isn't right. We can't do it this way. Sorry. You went and got a merchant advance loan to help with your building in between. Well, if you would have came to us a year ago beforehand, we would have been able to fund all that for you. And now because you have this debt, we're not going to be able to do the loan for you. And they wouldn't know that. They're just a business owner trying to go about what they can to keep their business going. Whereas we can be an advisor in that. Like maybe you don't need lending right now, but a conversation with Justin or I could help you be ready for lending maybe in 2 years when you are and you've made the right choices.
Yeah.
You don't want to basically put yourself in a corner where you can't get out of because you're just trying to make things work, and then you finally come to us. Let us help you, beforehand.
Before you get to that. So did you have something, Justin? Okay. So what are some of the challenges you face?
I think some of the challenges would be collecting documents. Sometimes for SBA lending, there could be a few more documents that we'll need to collect. And that can be, I think, a challenge for people that might be getting frustrated by the amount of documents that it is, or getting the documents created. And that's why we partner with the SBDC. It's really great to have that partnership so that we can kind of surround that person that needs help with that loan. We can't expect everybody to know everything about the loans. I mean, Brooke and I couldn't walk into General Motors and know how to assemble a vehicle.
Exactly.
We could walk into a hair salon and know how to do somebody's hair. We don't expect people to come in here and be able to know everything about the loan, and that's what we're here for. So I think just collecting those documents and having patience with people having patience with the process.
Okay. Now, when you're looking at the limit, say for instance, if someone came in and wanted $100,000, is there a certain income requirements? Is there a certain credit score requirements? How do you decide that, okay, you asking for 100,000, this is what we're going to base our decision on. So what are the criterias for, with the credit or income or anything like that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So a lot of times credit is more, again, like I said, an entryway. We want to see at least a 640 credit score. And if there's maybe recent derogatories, maybe an explanation around that. Or maybe sometimes, I work with a lot of the branch employees here that I'll send them back down there to let's work on some things and let's clear up this credit a little bit to move forward. But a lot of times we're looking at the loan amount. We want to look at that annualized payment, what that looks like, and then calculate that into their current net income. And we have a certain ratio that we try to meet based on their normal revenue and expenses. As long as we're within that and they're not totally in disarray on their personal side, a lot of times we're able to make that work.
Okay. Now, do they have to be a member of LAFCU? And if so, is there a time frame, like, we're not going to do it alone because you are a new member, or is there a length of time that they have to be a member?
No, they need to be a member by the time the loan closes, but to start the process, they do not need to be a member. So.
Okay.
We do see, though, that because we are a relationship-built credit union, that those that are members, sometimes we're able to make some things work that maybe someone just walking in the door, that's a lot of risk to put on. But if we've had them as a member for 5 or 10 years and they've paid all their loans on time, then there's a lot of times that we'll go to bat for them on something that maybe just doesn't fully fit that box.
Okay. Now, what if they come in, they get the loan, and then they want to sell the business? How does that work?
Well, congratulations to them. Yeah, so they'll hopefully be letting us know that they're doing that, and then we'll work with our team to make sure we get the required payoffs for that. And if they are truly selling the business, normally a lot of loans will have requirements to pay off early, to pay us a percentage. We don't do that here. We only do that if they're going to refinance with another institution, which I really like that. So it allows business owners the freedom of, hey, I want to pay it off because I had a good year. I want to pay it off early, or hey, I'm going to sell the business. We don't require any early payment fees for that.
Yeah. So, and LAFCU is about people helping people and serving the community. So how has commercial lending helped the communities that LAFCU serve?
So Brooke and I are out in the community a lot. We are kind of unofficial business development officers here at LAFCU as well, because we need to have our faces out in the community, meeting people, finding opportunities to help people. Shout out to Brooke. He actually helped a business owner that had been looking for lending for over 2 years. They had gone to two banks, and they'd gotten turned down even for an SBA loan. They were referred to Brooke actually by one of our old coworkers at a larger bank, and Brooke was able to get that loan done for them, and it was their dream to have this business opened. So it's amazing to see LAFCU able to meet their needs and help them get their business started. I just finished a loan for a campground, which would have been unheard of for the previous employers. Being able to get this family 240 acres turned into a campground is going to be amazing for them. So we're able to do things that are kind of outside the box for other institutions, but we're able to do those for the community and do those things. It's great.
Yeah, it's creating gathering places for people, for entertainment. It's creating jobs now for other people.
Yeah.
The daycare is opening up, so it's allowing those that maybe couldn't find daycare get in a place to have the ability to drop their kids off to go work and earn an income somewhere too. So it's creating jobs and entertainment and positive things for the city and for the state.
Right. Yeah. So what counties? Is it certain counties that LAFCU serve, or is that just the state of Michigan?
It is the state of Michigan. So anybody that lives in the state, or if the business is in the state, maybe like the campground I just did, the business is here, but they live in Chicago. But since the business is here in the state, we were able to do that.
Oh, okay. So we wouldn't do it if someone was in, say, Chicago.
If they lived in Chicago and the business was in Chicago, that could be tough. I don't know if it's a solid no.
There's some workarounds, and I think it comes down to our comfortability with the borrower and with the collateral too, and if it's an SBA loan or not. Again, if it's an SBA loan, there are talks that we may be expanding our reach in that area specifically. I do have one that I've done a loan for someone that lives in Michigan that the collateral is not in Michigan. Now that's a rarity. That's something that we're not really going to step onto. LAFCU's not going to pay Justin or I to get on a plane to go check on the collateral.
Right.
But there are instances that, again, if it's for members specifically, we'll definitely go take that extra step, extra mile for them.
Okay, good. And that was going to be my next question. How do you verify the collateral?
So Brooke and I will go out and physically do a site visit. If it's too far away, I think that Commercial Alliance, ACUSO, will allow them to pay somebody to go out and do those things as well. I haven't experienced that myself yet. They've all been within a couple hours drive time, so I have been driving, but it's
Have
kind
you
of
had
hard to
any
do that.
experience when you got there and the collateral is not what it's supposed to be?
I have not. I've been good so far.
Yeah, not yet. But we, like I said, I've been here 2 years. Justin's been here just over a year now, or just about a year now. So luckily, everything has been being paid on time, and there hasn't needed to be a lot of checks. The initial visits have all been good. Justin's driven up to Luther. I've been out to Greater Detroit quite a bit, down to Battle Creek, Six Lakes. So we're not afraid to get in the car and go visit these people and show them that we're here. And
Yeah.
I'm hoping that'll help us expand to our reach just in general with deposit accounts and ATMs and things of that nature too.
Yeah, that would be good though. And like you said, once again, it's about people helping people, and I can only imagine how thrilled someone would be. Like you were mentioning, someone had been denied, a couple of times, and then finally someone said yes. How exciting that would be to start your business. Now, what happens if, I don't want to concentrate on the negative, but still it can happen, foreclosure?
Yeah, I guess I'll take this one because so Justin and I, we have many hats. You talked about the business development, you talked about commercial lending. Justin and I are also unofficial portfolio managers. So we get the pleasure of dealing with the collection piece too until it gets to a certain point. So a lot of times we meet weekly and talk about where our loans are, what maturities are coming up, as well as what delinquencies may be there. And we'll be the first point of contact to reach out, gather documents, or check on, again, site visits if the collateral needs to be checked on. A lot of times we can handle that with our borrowers because we've built great relationships with them throughout the process. So a lot of times it's maybe just, hey, I forgot to set up the payment right, or I needed to do something here. But if it gets to the point where we're really talking about foreclosure, usually we get Commercial Alliance to step in, and we have we call it SAG, but it's Special Assets Group, and they handle that with Director Tuck. Shout out to Director Tuck, but they handle that part of our portfolio for us to make sure that we're taking care of that and recouping our losses in the best way possible.
Yeah, like I said, you don't want to focus on, foreclosure, but it can happen. And hopefully, that people will recognize that, hey, I'm having a problem, I need to contact, LAFCU or whoever, before we get to the point of foreclosure. But a lot of times they don't.
And yeah, I just want to point out too, if anyone's looking, we have a beautiful mansion on an island in Battle Creek with a shore house too. We love, it's heavily discounted down. It's a great value. So, definitely hit us up if you're looking.
That was another question. So how would somebody know? Is this foreclosed property listed somewhere, or how do you guys advertise property that you have had to take back?
So a lot of times it's handled either through our VP of lending, who's been stepped into commercial, Rob Boomershine, or maybe it gets up to the big dog, Pat Spike, and really gets handled. But we do hire brokers to handle a lot of those transactions, again, through Commercial Alliance with SAG. Take care of that piece for us. But yeah, it's out there. We make sure it's listed, and we try to recoup that. Justin and I are in the business of selling money, not selling real estate, trucks, things of that nature. And that's why I like to tell people we work with our members to make sure if it's going to go down that road that we handle it appropriately, and we're there to support them in that, because it's not our goal at the end of the day.
Yeah. And that's it. You don't want anyone to fail. You want everyone to succeed. And I think the main thing, to let them know we are here to help. We don't know you need help unless you tell us. Right. So can you guys share any success stories?
I'll let Justin go get a big one in Luther. I think that campground's pretty awesome. So
yeah, so the campground, they've owned the property for a couple generations now. It's 240 acres. They are from the Kalamazoo area. They live in Chicago now. And they were looking for a loan, and we connected back in April. It was a long process. This is where where I talk about having patience comes in. We started this in April. They got us the documents very quickly, and then things happened with our general contractor because they're going to do a lot of building. Then they switched general contractors midstream, so then things got delayed farther. So we closed in December. So
patient, huh?
So it did take 8 months for that. So it's It's not always the norm. We try to get things closed faster than that, of course, but things happen. SBA was slammed. SBA was closed for a little bit there when the government shut down. So things do happen. I'm lucky that they were very, very patient with us. Very grateful. Great couple to meet with. So it's very exciting that we're able to do that for them.
Yeah,
so.
Great.
Yeah, I think an exciting thing is just seeing these people come in with an idea and a dream, and we're able to help them put that pen to paper and create an actual structural design there. I think Justin and I are good puzzle people, put together puzzles. So like I look at like a jigsaw puzzle. We put this jigsaw puzzle together with our borrower and we present it.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, this doesn't look right. This isn't where it's supposed to be.
Right.
So then Justin and I get our scissors out and our tape, and then we start cutting these pieces again and creating and forming and shaping into the shape that needs to be there. As long as the core picture is there, we can kind of help make those puzzle pieces fit, and that's our biggest job, is just kind of problems arise, how do we get through them, how do we get past them. And Justin and I are very good at that with our borrowers. As long as the borrower is willing to take that extra time and make and put that work in, then so are we. And a lot of times we're able to take people from, it'd be really cool to own my own trucking business, to I'm running a trucking business, now I'm looking to expand. Like things I never thought I could do, now I'm doing these things, and they are possible.
Didn't you have a truck? Didn't you do a truck one?
We've done a couple now, So we've done, trucking, entertainment, daycare, investment properties, whether it's residential or commercial.
Oh, okay.
We'll look at almost anything. We've looked at golf courses before.
Technology companies.
Yep.
Oh,
we had one do an app. Like I said, we had one that literally develops and creates uranium salt to give to laboratories as well as salt reactors to create clean energy.
Wow.
Yeah. So I also did one that did an app for lawyers. So it's all over the board.
Oh, wow. So it's not limited to one thing.
Ben Hall Law Firm, they just expanded, so we helped them with their expansion. A lot of great people in our community that do a lot of great things have came to us, and we've been able to support them. So.
Right, and that's good. So what is the time frame? So from start to finish, what would you tell someone?
I'd say like 45 days till infinity. So, no, it just a lot of it depends. How quick are you at responding to the things that we need? How quick is did we find something on an environmental report from the real estate?
Okay.
Is SBA open? Did the government shut down? There's a lot of things that move. SBA loans are very fluid. Commercial loans, I'd say somewhere between 35 to 45 days, more likely on the 45-day side, from them getting us a full package for us to be funding their loan. I'd say SBA is probably closer to 60 to 90 days.
Okay. Are there any fees involved, like an application fee or cancellation fee, if, say, you get all the way to closing and then they decide they don't want to do it?
That's very unfortunate. It almost happened to me on a big one. So LAFCU has been great about that. We don't charge our borrowers a cancellation fee on things like that. We do ask for a good faith deposit up front to let us know you're serious about moving forward. But those costs incurred if they decide that it's not right for them, other than the report fees that they're paying out of their pocket for that's not refundable. That's a vendor fee. But our closing costs and things like that will be, if they've paid up front, will be refunded to them.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for borrowers for sure. But that's also why we try to do a lot of vetting up front, because we're very mindful of not just spending LAFCU's money on just whoever. We want to make sure it's a qualified candidate. We've done our vetting on that, and we're ready to move forward. And that's why we ask for the good faith deposit, because it costs LAFCU money to go through this process, and we want to make sure that person's ready for it too.
Right.
So,
now, is the good faith deposit, is that a set price, or is it like a percentage of whatever they're asking for?
It's usually based on the loan. If there's real estate, we usually ask for $5,000, because the reporting that is required with the appraisal and the environmental costs right around that number, and that's something that we're not trying to put up front for that. For some of our members that have borrowed a lot of money from us in the past and made their payments on time, maybe we'll look at a waiver on that, knowing that we can pay it at closing.
Oh, okay.
But for those people that are looking to buy real estate, go SBA or non, we usually take a good faith deposit of $5,000. If it's non-real estate, somewhere between $1,000 to $2,500 is usually what we take, and that just lets us know that they're serious and ready to move forward.
Exactly, because there's a lot of time and effort and paperwork, and I'm sure phone calls and everything else. So if anyone that's listening wanted to know how to reach you guys, how can they do that?
If you want to go to LAFCU.com, click on business and then click on lending. Brooke and I both have our phone numbers. Our emails are all in there. We're happy to speak to anybody, whether you think that you're ready to apply for a loan now or whether maybe you think maybe the next year you want to reach out to us. We're not here just to make sure that you want to start your loan right now. We're happy to guide you through the process and get you where you want to go.
Now, can you do it over the phone, or how much information can you take over the phone?
Yeah, usually the first initial meetings that we have are over the phone.
Okay.
Quick phone call, maybe 15, 20 minutes. Exchange emails. We'll send you a list of documents we need. Sometimes our partner, PJ at Commercial Alliance, will be on the phone with us. He has a ton of knowledge around SBA, like we said, so he's on a lot of my SBA calls with me.
Okay.
Because I want to present the team to that person to let them know, hey, it's not just me, there's also PJ. Sometimes I'm busy. PJ might be able to respond faster if they have a question, things like that. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We also have Dominic on our conventional side. So as Commercial Alliance has allowed us and afforded us to have specialists for each type of loan product that we offer. We have a small loan product for Nick, we have our conventional for Dominic, and then we also have our SBA for PJ. So we have someone that specializes in all of them specifically.
Oh, great. Yeah. So is there anything else you guys would like to share?
So at Commercial Alliance, one of our partners there, his name is Mike Shepard. We call him Shep. He used to work for the SBA, and he is our SBA director at Commercial Alliance. So he is really great at looking at a package of documents and looking at the loan opportunity and knowing whether it's going to work, or maybe helping us restructure it, or making sure it's all completed and put together before we send it to the SBA for their approval. So we're not going back and forth with the SBA, a whole bunch of different times. So he is he's a wealth of knowledge, and he's great to have on the team too.
Yeah. So, but they will start with you.
Start with
if
us.
they wanted to start. Okay,
I always say we are the face, whether you like our faces or not. We are the face, and then we have the team behind us. So,
yeah, and we have a full breadth. I mean, not just Shep and PJ, but we have Jenna over there. We have Amy Barnes, who handles a lot of the back end. And Commercial Alliance is a wealth of knowledge on SBA and really pushing that to the forefront of what's important, because it allows so many other people that maybe didn't have a chance to do this, to do that. And so many people that maybe are running the business that didn't know SBA might be a better fit for their needs. Maybe they're just looking at the interest rates a little higher. Why would I go with a higher one? Well, we're keeping more money in your pocket.
Yeah.
We're allowing you to do some things that maybe you didn't think you could do that, man, I'd love to do, but I put 12 months down the calendar. Well, we can do that next month. Then.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. And this is definitely giving back to the community, because you're actually building up the community, like you said, whether it's a daycare or a trucking company or anything. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining me again today. It was
Thank you, Sheila.
thanks, Sheila.
Thank you for joining me on this episode of LAFCU's 2 Cents Podcast. To learn more about LAFCU's products and services, please visit our website at LAFCU.com. LAFCU is an equal opportunity lender and is federally insured by the NCUA.